Now that we've got the date right and we know what we're doing today, let's go
Somewhere in
ahead
Spain.
and roll our segue
right,
so we know what we're saying
Segue.
as well.
Yeah, let's have the official log for the day.
It's a bad pun. A bad pun about nuclear submarines. Yeah, let's just keep on threatening. Reminder, last week was getting rid of nukes, and look at that. The next week, Putin's building a freaking nuclear submarine, or I guess he already built it. He's threatening people with it. This is a story from DR, which is a Danish news source.
Danish.
From Jacob Slinborg. According to Vladimir Putin, Russia is one step closer to being able to put a new weapon into service. On Wednesday, which was October 29th, the Russian leader announced that the country had tested a nuclear-powered super torpedo named Poseidon the day before, writes Reuters. It's a huge success. There's nothing like this, he said, according to Reuters. He further said that the torpedo was successfully fired from a submarine. According to Russian state media TASS, the first Poseidon torpedo should have already been produced by the beginning of the The medium also describes how Poseidon will allegedly create radioactive waves that could make coastal areas uninhabitable to activity. At the same time, the Poseidon torpedo will have a very long range because it will be equipped with its own nuclear-powered engine that can bring the torpedo's nuclear warheads to targets very far from the submarine that launches it. On paper, it might sound like a weapon that James Bond could just as well spend an entire film preventing the supervillain from producing. But Johannes Friber, a military analyst at the Danish Defense Academy, is not blown away by Putin's new weapon. It wouldn't be the first time that a Russian has told about a new superweapon that we would never actually see in use on the battlefield. But is this a super weapon? It can do a lot of damage if it hits a coastal city, but it can only hit the coast, for example. A nuclear missile can hit anywhere, so why would he use this one to destroy a city instead of hitting it with a missile? To Johannes River, it continues. And then the thing about it being undetectable, I don't buy it anyways, because if there's one thing that underwater nuclear engines are known for, is that they're really, really noisy. And they don't mean sound noise, they mean visual. The radiation, right? It will show up on a radar because it's like, what's that huge, giant nuclear energy wave over there? Oh, it's a nuclear torpedo coming for us straight ahead. His assessment is that Putin proposes in purpose is talking about the allegedly successful test is to deter the West and show that we have a weapon that the opponent may not have. This is not a weapon that changes the entire dynamics of security policy. And because the torpedo has a nuclear warhead, it essentially opens the door to a nuclear conflict if it is used. Throughout the conflict in Ukraine, the question has lurked, does Putin dare to use more than 5,000 nuclear warheads that Russia possesses? So far, thank God, the answer has been no. And the new nuclear torpedo doesn't change that. I think I would just say the risk of him using this is just as great as that of him using any other nuclear weapon. And the risk of Russia using a nuclear weapon has not increased by the fact that they have now announced that one has been tested, said Johannes. It has not been many days since Russia, according to Putin, tested the nuclear-powered cruise missile Voremsknik Storm Swallow. The missile was supposed to have a range of 14,000 kilometers, which I don't know how long that is. Visually, I know it's a long way, but I don't know how much that is. And what can that hit? Can it something? Probably everyone on the planet. Let's just go with that. He has a missile that can hit everyone on the planet. And I'm sure everyone else has a missile that can do that. The only reason you reveal, I have to agree with Johannes here, right? The only way you ever reveal some sort of military success is to be like, watch out guys, I've got a scary weapon. And that's it. Everyone else is keeping their military successes a secret. That's my story. You're muted. Can't hear you.
That's because I was coughing. Sorry. Here's my pun. Totally not shocked. Totally not shocked that Moscow is Russian at putting more people in danger. Okay, 2 puns and 2 puns for the price of 1. Do I get the next joke off?
There you go. I got there. For some reason, when you open the soundboard, it takes like 5 seconds to load. There you go. Thank you for your
like,
pun. That's my only story.